Living in the state of Alabama comes with a few things: elite level college football, being ranked 47th out of 50 in education, and the ability to carry a pistol at the age of 18 years old. And I got my concealed carry license at 18, and I've been carrying ever since. And today we're going to go over what I started carrying and what I'm carrying now, and talk about everything in between. So let's get into today's video. So starting off, when I first got my concealed carry license at the age of 18, I got, as most everybody got 9 to 10 years ago, a Smith & Wesson Shield in 9mm. And at the time, these pistols were all the craze. Super slim pistol, easy to conceal. And that's pretty much what everybody thought about. How easy is it to conceal? How light is it? And basically that's it. That's the only considerations people thought. But when you take this thing out to the range and you're shooting it for multiple mags and boxes of ammo, this thing is not the most pleasant to shoot. So it comes with two different magazines, an 8-round and a 7-round. Usually I would carry the 8-round, which gives me the ability to get all my fingers on the pistol itself. The 7-round mag, usually the pinky's kind of just holding on for your dear life down at the bottom. But I usually carry the 8-round mag. And just shooting this thing, it's a super snappy pistol. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. And once you get like a full power, 124 grain hollow point running through this thing, it definitely has a little bit of kick. And it's nothing that you can't handle. It's just noticeable compared to like a full-size duty pistol that you shoot like at the range mostly. It's definitely noticeable. So this is what I started with. When I was 18, I wasn't super into guns. I knew that I wanted to protect myself and carry a pistol. And I felt that I was mature enough to do that at the age of 18 and not be a safety risk to others and not try to go, be the hero every day. I was just, minding my own business. Prayed I never had to use it, but had it just in case. And while I was doing all of that, this pistol was fine for me. So how I carry my Smith & Wesson Shield, or how I carried back in the day, all the rage were these crossbreed holsters. It's got a leather back with a, I guess you could call it Kydex front portion. It does provide a good amount of protection from the trigger. It doesn't allow you to accidentally hit it while it's in your pants or anything. But the crossbreed holster, I will give them this. It is super comfortable. I carried this thing in the summer, sweating like a pig, just, drenched it. Every day I'd get home, this thing would be just soaking wet with sweat. I'd put it out in the sun every now and then to let it, dry out fully, but super comfortable holster. Looking back, it's not the most secure. It doesn't have good retention, so, it's not ideal, and I made it work for me. So, but as I matured in my shooting journey and got more into guns and realized I want something that gives me a little more capability. So I graduated up to the Glock 19, and I'd had this pistol for a long time already. I just never wanted to carry it because it was bigger, heavier. But with that bigger, heavier pistol, it is much easier to shoot. So if you give me a Smith & Wesson Shield and a Glock 19, there's no comparison to which one I can shoot better. It's just hands down the Glock 19, mainly because I have thousands of more rounds on it. Like when I go to the range, this is the pistol that I look forward to shooting the most because it's just a dream, a breeze to shoot. It's smooth, accurate, just everything you could want out of a carry pistol. This one itself has several modifications. It has a frame cut by Jaegerworks. Optic cut. I have an optic that I'm thinking about putting on here. I'm kind of new into pistol optics, only a year or two. I'm a late adopter of those, but I'm really falling in love with the pistol optics. I'm definitely going to put a dot on top of this thing. And just stippled it and did just the basic upgrades, The slide engraving, not necessary for a carry pistol, but it looks cool. It takes a little weight off. It gives me somewhere to press check. So really like this, this engraving. Really love this pistol. So this is the second pistol in my journey of carry pistols. One last note, it has Trijicon HD night sights on it. So good night sights to, have an aiming point in the dark. And in the daytime, it has a big orange front dot, so you can easily get that front sight and get on target. So what I carry the Glock 19 in, I carry outside the waistband concealed and inside the waistband concealed, just depending on the time of year. So, you know, I'm dressed right now, it's winter, it's like 40 degrees out here, and this is how I would normally dress day to day. I got just a flannel on, a vest over my flannel, and I'm into vests. You know, everybody may not be, but, you know, I'm a vest connoisseur. I think they're perfect for concealed carrying because you can have an outside the waistband holster and have your vest over top of it. And if you have a heavy enough vest, like it's not blowing in the wind, just showing everybody your pistol. And it's just a neat way to carry. But in the summertime, I carry appendix inside the waistband. This is a Frank Proctor Weigh the Gun inside the waistband holster. And this thing has served me well for many years. The only thing that I'll complain, it does not allow for an optic cut. So once I do put my optic on here, I'm gonna have to cut some of this off with a Dremel, but that's no big deal, you know. DIY projects don't scare me, so I'm up for the challenge. So that is how I carry my Glock 19. Sometimes outside of the waistband, sometimes inside of the waistband, just depends on the season. So what I like most about the Glock is the capacity. I get the same capacity out of one mag of the Glock than I do with both mags combined of the Shield. 15 from 2 mags or 15 from 1 mag. So just having all those bullets in the gun at your disposal if you need them is huge. So as I got, you know, more serious about everyday carry, protecting myself, I realized that I need a gun that has higher capacity, because, you know, 7 shots with the small mag, 8 shots with the bigger mag, like that's 1911 carry size. Like that's not a whole lot of capacity. So that's another huge reason that I stepped up to the Glock. And coming to my carry gun that I carry today, it is another Glock 19, but this Glock is a Generation 5 Glock wearing a Hollow Sun red dot optic and a Streamlight weapon light. So as you can see, like, I've progressed from single stack 9mm to double stack 9mm to double stack with an optic and a weapon light. So, you know, everybody just preaches have a weapon light on your pistol, and you know, it's hard to dispute that. So if you're at night, which a lot of incidences where people have to defend themselves happen at night, you want some way to be able to identify your target and make sure that the person you think is a threat actually is a threat. So I have this little TLR7 Alpha on this Glock, and it takes up hardly any space on the pistol. It's flush with the barrel, so the holster that you use doesn't stick down or further down and impede your movement, mobility, or anything like that. It still is flush, so you don't get anything further than the barrel. So it makes for a very concealable package. So how I carry this pistol is I primarily carry this outside of the waistband, but covered. Just like we talked about earlier with the vest or a jacket or a flannel. Even some of my flannels are bigger, like looser fitting, and I'll put my holster on, put my flannel over it, and you can't even tell that I'm carrying. If you look at my waist and study it for 20-30 seconds, you may be able to see a bulge here or there, but the average person just going about their life on their phone, walking around, they'll never know that I'm carrying. And that's what I want. I want to be concealed and discreet. I don't want attention drawn to me. Coming back to the pistol, this thing has been nothing but reliable. I love Glocks. If you follow this channel for an extended period of time, you'll see that I only shoot Glock pistols for carry reasons, and just I like shooting them just because I like them. So no complaints out of the Glock. It has been nothing but reliable for me. Thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds to this thing, no issues. The red dot, like I said earlier, I'm falling in love with the red dot. It's super effective. I like everything about it. These Hollow Suns with the solar panels, I haven't had to change the battery in like 2 years, so I like that feature. Everything about this pistol is just set up perfectly for what I need. So it comes from the factory with serrations on here, so I didn't have to send it off and do any milling or anything like that. I stippled the grip just for added texture and grip, but that's just personal preference. Most people stipple their Glocks these days just to do it, so I'm no different. So if I were to go back and look at my concealed carry journey throughout the years, you know, if I had any tips to give somebody that's just getting into concealed carrying or guns or self-defense or anything like that, I would, if your friends have some pistols that they recommend over others, I would go to the range with them, try their holsters, put their holster on, see how it feels, walk around, do some jumping jacks, just do any kind of movement that may give you a better idea of how the gun sits on your body. So, you know, I'm 5'9", 5'10" on a good day, so I'm not going to be carrying a Glock 17, Glock 34 like a 6'5" dude may be able to. So for me, the Glock 19 fits perfectly on my frame. So if you're a shorter guy, if you're a taller guy, if you're a woman watching this video, you're going to have to find a pistol that feels comfortable for you. This little shield right here with this crossbreed holster takes up no room on me, and it's super, super comfortable, but not a ton of capability. But if I had like a Glock 17 with an extended mag and all this, like, it's going to be super, super easy to shoot, but it's going to be hard to conceal. So you have to find that balance of concealability and effectiveness of the pistol. So, all right guys, thank you for watching this video. We've gone over several different pistols today. If you have any suggestions for me, I should try this or try that, or don't carry this or don't carry that, let me know down in the comments below. I love interacting with you guys and I like to hear your opinions. So just let me know what you think about my choices and tell me what you carry. And if you like this video, think about dropping a like and even subscribing to the channel. But for now, it's doing me just fine. So what I really love about this gun is the trigger. We have a Geisley SSAE super semi-automatic enhanced trigger, and this thing is just excellent. So you have like a